when it is actually going live. Got it. I'm guessing.
I think we're there.
We're there now, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, we're live. We're live. All right, let's get that on there. That there. Nice. Let's get it up on this. How you been, Tim?
Well, thank you, mate. Yeah. So it was quite a long day in the end on the old Nationals front. Got back about midnight, I think, in the end after helping out a little bit, sitting down.
Was it 9 hours?
It could well have been, yeah.
9 hours long.
Yeah, I think we didn't start actually pulling properly until about probably like 12:30, 1 o'clock-ish, I think. And then it was 2 tables pretty consistently, but big break for right hand. But yeah, I feel sorry for you guys pulling all day. A lot going on.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty happy with it because of my class was the first class to come on the left arm and the right arm, so I got it over and done with, which weren't too bad.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't like pulling first class. I like to watch a bit of arm wrestling first before.
Okay, get settled in a little bit.
Get on it, but
is that like a nerves thing, or is that just a preference?
Yeah, probably nerves. It's like yeah, basically it's a nerve thing, and that obviously like being the first one up there, it's like, oh fucking hell, I've got to start the day if I'm the first loser. But then when you start watching a little bit, you start right, I want to get up there now. That's it. I'll stop hogging the table. My turn. Scott Galley's in the chat. Or the Dungeon Masters in the chat.
Trying out the new spanner.
All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put. Oh, is that it? I think that's the wrong.
How we doing, Scott? Hope you're well, mate. Do you catch any of the Nationals, Scott, on the Arm Gods YouTube channel?
I'll have to jump off this one sec.
What's that? Something one with the live?
No, the live's all good. Live's all good.
Okay.
I was going to put a link into the chat for people to jump on, give their opinions on the British and that.
Yeah, cool. Be great to see people.
Just gonna get on this.
Hi, Ollie. How we doing?
Yeah, just want to apologise everyone as well. I'm feeling pretty rough at the minute.
You're hitting your voice, mate, as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been attacked by the cold. Coughing, sneezing, sore lungs, bunged up. Yeah. Other than that, I'm all good.
I'd imagine arm wrestling is probably one of those best sports for like passing around like coughs and colds and stuff. You know what I mean? Hand-to-hand contact, kind of faces inches apart, kind
of breathing on each other,
huffing and puffing and screaming at each other.
Your bit of spit now and then.
Yeah, and we all have a good high five afterwards, don't we?
Here we go. So this is
guy in the chat called something or other. It's got an elite thumbnail. Enes Tuzkuklu, I want to say. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Copy.
Hi, Holly. Hope you're well. Thanks for all your help on the day. Again at Nationals, you and James doing lots of work on the behind the scenes, setting up on the day itself. Couldn't do it without you. I know Dan's really appreciative of your help as well. It's a lot to do.
Yeah, I like Holly and James.
Yeah.
Really nice. All right, so now I'm pretty sure that's it. The link to the chat is in. If anyone wants to jump on, give any of their opinions or comments on the British that's just happened, feel free to jump in. And if we like you, we'll most probably let you in. So we like everyone anyway. So, any surprises, Tim? Is anyone in the tournament that surprised you? Starting lightweight sort of thing.
Starting the lightweights. Alexander going up 75 and doing so well. Surprising is a obviously at that weight and stuff. His speed it was going to translate well anyway. So not surprising in that respect, but coming away with wins. I think he won on, was it just a one arm or both arms?
Let
me bring up that.
I think it was both arms. I think he won both arms.
Alexander, yeah, he did actually. Yeah, I'll just bring up the results from Dan Earthquake. Yeah, so left and right. Ethan Fisher getting second on left arm as well. Very impressive.
He's come on quite a bit to be getting a result like that. That's really good. He's whatever he's doing now, he needs to keep at it because it's working. Whatever he's doing.
Well, I was chatting with Ethan a little bit before the nationals because he was doing a bit of a weight cut like I was, although I was doing about 7, 8, 9 kilos over the course of like 8, 9 weeks, and he was doing like 20 odd kilos. Had a few extra weeks on top, but he's done like I think 22 kilo weight cut in the end to get down to the 75s, which is crazy impressive to then have that strength and explosiveness down there as well.
22 kilos.
I think that's what he said. Yeah, you'd have to confirm that, but yeah,
that's ridiculous.
He's a taller guy. He's got that frame for it, I think.
Yeah,
he could put it on well, and he didn't look overly emaciated as such. But yeah, very impressive.
22 kilos spare. It's Collins Gotti done pretty well, didn't he?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Connor's such a beast.
He looked, to be fair, he looked like he was on another level.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'd love to see Cotner. Again, he's a young man still. I'd love to see him put on a bit of weight as well and probably pop up to 75s. Because he looks like he's got a lot of space in that frame still.
Yeah, I think he's one of them guys. He's not. I think he wants to improve. I don't think he's looking for the easy wins.
No.
I think he's chasing it. He wants to see what he can do. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we see him in the 75s next year.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. He's definitely got the pedigree with him now, the training history. They started to lock down him and James Wall, all that explosive hit training they do over there. He's, it's paying off dividends. It really is.
Yeah, it is. And he is, the thing with him as well, he's not scared of hitting anyone, is he?
No.
Nope. Like, see, last year, Nationals, in the overall, it was him and Mindaga Stolskas.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
He hit him with everything.
He thought, boom, come in.
Like, what? He knew what the odds were, but he still give it everything. So I like that.
Yeah, the fact he went into pros so quickly as well is incredible. Really is. Like I say,
that's what I mean. His mindset. He don't want to hang about. He wants to get. He wants to get there.
Yeah,
that's really good to see.
Speaking of mindset, I guess one of the surprises actually for me was I was a bit surprised not seeing more of the recently turned pros turning up. I'm not going to be specific with names because I don't know people's circumstances as to why they couldn't be there or didn't want to be there. But there were a lot of guys that did really well at the pro nationals. That's right, the novice nationals, and turned pro then either after a relatively short period of time in the sport or after a bit longer. And it would have been great to see them turn up and compete in their new categories just to see where they're at. So there were some guys that did that. Robbie Byrne did that.
Yeah.
Really impressive. Hats off to the guys for doing that. So I would have loved to have seen more of the guys turn up. But there we are.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. There weren't as many as I thought there would be either. I thought, I mean, a lot of it's probably a confidence thing because they think it's just another level. Like it's another level up, but the level
in terms of winning, yeah. But
but the level, it's not really that much of a big jump. And I think the best way to learn it is to jump in there. I agree with you, mate. I would have liked to have seen a few more of the novice champions coming to it, at least coming on the day.
Yeah, no, the guys that won their classes, got there were a couple of guys who got double golds in the novice nationals, which shows because if you get on just the one arm, like just the left, maybe you're a left-hand specialist. There's not as many guys in the left hand. I could see how you could feel that even if you've achieved there, you're not going to do particularly well, and therefore it's maybe avoid it. But because I'm in that position where I'm thinking from you guys' perspective that I'm getting close to be able to hang a bit with some of the guys in my weight category at pros, not necessarily to perform really well, but I'm there, So it's disappointing to see the guys that have like smashed it and then not turned up.
Yeah, 100%. Hopefully next year with these guys that didn't turn up this year, I'd hope they'd be there next year. Or I
Yeah,
hope they're at least active in pro competitions throughout next year.
and it's a shame that they couldn't be there even if they didn't want to compete. I think maybe it's because if you don't want to compete, that's fine. You don't have to. I was there. I wasn't competing. I'd made my decision not to, and I was going to help out in the day anyway. So I was there. But it was such a great day to be there and to witness that arm wrestling and seeing all the guys that I know around the UK. It's a really good sociable day as well, and even more so if you're not competing because you don't have to worry about being up to the table in time and stuff. So I think I'd love to see that more of that that mindset shift of how you mark your progression in arm wrestling. If it's only about what you achieve and if you podium, like, I'm not going to turn up if I can't podium. I'd love to see more guys turn up just for the crack almost as well, but
that's what it's about, isn't it? It's not just about competing and that. Arm wrestling's in the UK and that especially is thriving at the minute. It's a community in it, and it's like obviously competition time. But other than that, before, after, and people are always arranging to train with everyone else all the time as well. Like it's
that's
all
right.
about learning from each other, whether
Get to
you're
see
on
the
the side
guys.
table with them
Yeah,
or whether you're in a competition with them. The best place to learn is in competition, in my opinion. I'd much rather lose to a pro. If I was a novice, I'd much rather lose to a pro than lose to a novice because I'd learn more
yeah,
losing to that pro. Do you know what I mean? Because they're doing it they're beating you in a more efficient way. And all you got to do is look back at it and say, right, how did they manipulate my hand? How did they beat
yeah.
me? All right, maybe how can I prevent that happening? And how can I use that to my advantage? Or how can I do that to them or someone else? Or, you know what I mean? It's much better off entering the pros to learn and improve 100%, in my opinion. Just going to catch up on a couple of these quickly, mate. There's quite a few in now. I've got 18 watching. The one thing that looked oddly impressive was Tom's ability to be the best in the country on that day in any weight. Yeah, mate. It's yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in a bit, mate. It was a bit of a shock for me as well. In all honesty, Holly Stewart said amazing matches. Big James will pop on. Oh, great. He had tried already, has he?
Yeah, great to see James
Yeah,
again.
yeah. It'd be good to get him on. Definitely. Scott Gelly. I don't think that would happen in any other country. Yeah, it happens, mate. And there was a couple of matches in there that were a bit dodgy for me. That proved that I like people that I beat ended up beating me. But we'll get back into that properly in a bit. We'll go into detail about that. Holly Stewart, Tom, your snooty is bloody brilliant. Yeah, I'm in at the minute, Holly, so I need to try to keep warm. As you can hear, I've got a snotty nose. Surprised I didn't cough yet or sneeze. That's going to be funny to watch.
I think I dodged this bit of a cold that's gone around with all the different pullers because just doing I barely did any side table or anything either, just because I'm so beaten up at the minute. So I think I just kept a bit more distance. So I've managed to avoid it.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it is. Well, I must have called it or someone there. I want to try and track him down, see who it was. I guess it's someone that probably beat. They just come back and breathed on me or something. Enes Tuzkuglu. Hopefully you come to the Beast of the East, Tom. I was hoping to smash you.
Shots fired, eh?
That's all right, mate. You can keep hoping. It either won't happen or I won't be there. So,
That's this coming Saturday, isn't it? The 2nd of December, I think.
yeah.
Nice.
I was. Whereabouts is that? Beast of the East.
Newcastle, I want to say, but one sec, let me just double check.
I was planning on
Sure.
going up there, but
Phil Woody can tell us, I'm sure.
if I'm in this state, then I'm not going to be able to. I'm lucky. I feel like this after the pros. I would not have done nowhere near as good if I was in this condition entering the pros, but I was hanging. Tom Waddington, good pulling at the weekend. Tom, nice one, mate. When are you going to make a return, Tom? Good to see you back into it properly. The Claymore's in the chat. Let's not mention the pros. Phil Woody, good evening, lads. Claymore said phone's going to die. Tom, see you on Saturday. Yeah, I might be there, Phil. To be honest, mate, I'm playing it by ear at the minute. See how I feel, because I feel a bit close to shit at the minute.
It's just south of Newcastle. I've just looked it up.
Great Dane's in the chat. Marcus, was good to see you at the weekend. Congratulations, Tom. Great performance. Nice one, Marcus. Appreciations, mate. It's lightweight.
Dane did really well. One of those guys again, recently turned pro. Did well at the novices, and Kevin put his arms in for the pros. I think got pinned twice, but yeah,
who was that, mate?
Dane Colvin, Great Dane, one of Maggie's boys. Yeah, did really well. Yeah, good dude.
He got a pin off Greg Foster a few months ago, didn't he?
He did, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, if anyone ain't seen that, get over to Arm Gods. I'm not sure if it's on the Arm Gods YouTube or whatnot, but it'll be somewhere. You can see the qualifier for Canada. And I think it was it the actual qualifying class, or was it the war zone that they were in?
Probably a war zone. I think that Dane had been in Greg had been in an absolute war before. That's not taking anything off Dane, though. You still got to pin him. And obviously, Greg's level is tremendous.
Yeah, I mean, even if Greg's like, for a guy of Dane's experience, to be beaten, taking a pin off Greg in a war, regardless of what condition Greg's in, is pretty impressive. To be fair, are you planning to gain more weight, Tom? I've been planning on gaining more weight for the last 8 years, but I'm doing about half a kilo a year. Yeah, it's a long game, mate. Everyone said to me, by the time I'm 30, I'll just pile it on, and I'm 32 now, and it's not piling on, it's creeping on. If I want to see a bigger weight on the scale, I'll just hold a bottle of drink in my hand, and that's the truth. I mean, more the gap between the best in the country and you. Yes, some matches are going to be close, but still you ground them out. In terms of fuck man, bravo. Yes, a lot of it's just knowing your opponents as well, Scott. Although I'd never pulled majority of them in a tournament before, I still got a good idea of what they're doing, and I can feel it on the setup what they're trying to do.
Plus, I think that last session with us in Oxford, I think that made all the difference in your peaking. I think getting to train with me that last week, massive.
Yeah, that was
huge
that
gains.
That was pretty brutal. That session. It was good as well because I needed that. I needed a session like that to just test how I'm feeling. I mean, that was really good. Hassan's in the chat. The biceps of yours, Tom, look like they've been getting super mega lately. Yeah, to be honest, the one thing I've not been training is biceps. I'm literally a triangulation based puller. Like when I go in the hook, even when I'm defending and it looks like it's on my bicep, I'm still triangulating my shoulder in. And yeah, I'm trying to take it off the muscle as much as possible. Trying to wrestle on joint more than anything.
You can see that in your hook wall with Hightower, probably one of your longest matches of the day, wasn't it?
Yeah. Him and
left arm.
I'm not sure how long that was. Me and Mendagas was about a minute and a half on the left arm.
It must be close to that, if not longer.
It was around, if anything, a little bit longer.
Yeah, it could have been.
But yeah, there were a couple of screaming battles. If anything, not being super heavy is good for your health, Tom. Yeah, but I just want to get there, Hassan. I just want to see. Look, this is what I mean about being ill. I know you fucking nose is running. Wipe it on the sleeve. I don't care. We'll have a cue to slap him if need be. That'll be a scary James. Right, so let's get into the next class, 86s, 86 kilo class. What do you think about that?
That's a scary looking class, and a big part of the reason why I didn't want to be in 86s at all if I were to try and compete. Sean Patterson, my first time seeing him in the flesh, had a little bit of a chat with him afterwards. This guy is just all arms, isn't he? And forearms, incredible. Super strong, and obviously taking Jason, pipping him on that left arm, crazy. Billy stepping up a weight category as well. Worked out quite well for him. I think he said himself that he wants to be more 75 based, but again, Billy's like 2 and a bit years in. I think really impressive.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, he's in the 86s, and what was he? He couldn't have been weighing 86. He was a bit lighter than them guys.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's definitely working up to it, like Connor Sale.
I think. I mean, his right arm in particular with his top roll, he was breaking the wrist back on quite a few people.
Yeah,
quite a few people, including Sean Patterson. He got a bit of dominance on his wrist. Just Thornton's horsepower got him through that. But yeah, Billy Davis, he's a fast improving. It's not going to be long for him. Cool. Then you got the match with Anil and Murray.
Yeah.
So
very impressive.
Murray Stevens beat Craig Sanders in the tournament, and then Anil come along and beat Murray Whitehead. Murray Whitehead, isn't it?
Yeah, Murray Whitehead.
Yeah. Yeah, Anil come and beat him, which I didn't expect.
No, to take his hand, wasn't he?
We controlled Craig.
Yeah, given how strong Murray is in that hand and wrist, yeah. Anil's again. It's interesting that the Nationals. There's quite a few guys, like I say, going up in weight categories from their usual places to see how they get on, and with some great success. Anil definitely one of those guys. His explosiveness was still there with it, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. I think it was quite impressive with him and Craig.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time he's actually got a bite on Craig in competition. And obviously they train with each other as well. So it's a big advantage for both of them. They both know exactly what each other are doing, which is probably one of the reasons why it was a lot closer than people expected. Because Anil's been training with Craig for so long, he knows exactly where to go, and he can just catch him like that, and he nearly had him. It was close.
I was
got enough patience, I don't think.
I was helping out on some down ref for that match as well, actually. So I got to see it up close and personal when we went to obviously had to go into ref script, didn't it? Of course, because they're both kind of. I think probably Craig's trying to do his usual stuff, and Anil is just knowing that he can't fall into that trap of letting him get it, so has to go to ref script. So it's really interesting. I get to see and feel those pressures and little shifts and changes close up, because even in the ref script, they're still trying to get what they can get.
Exactly.
So
I mean, as well, like I've seen Anil pull Craig in the past, and long story short, that's the most I've seen him fight for the grip. So that's probably the hardest he's ever tried to beat him in tournament. Like I said, because they're training partners, and he sees Craig as being above him, like Craig Sanders. A lot of people never actually put in the effort if they think they're already going to lose. But Saturday, he, like I said, he took it to referee's grip, went to straps, referee's grip again. He weren't going until he was happy. He was making sure he got everything. He was fighting for it. He really wanted to get that win. It just goes to show again, if you want it bad enough, it's possible.
I wonder if mentally he thought, being in a lower weight category, in his mind, he was never really going to be competing with Craig, if that makes sense. But then bulking up to that category where Craig is, he now is like, now I'm here in this category, I'm going to do what I absolutely have to, Maybe it switched something like mentally with him as well a little bit.
Yeah, it might have done. It might be because I've been in the same weight class before.
Yeah,
I mean, Craig back in the day, Craig
Yeah.
used to be like 78 kilo.
I imagine Craig could probably get down to there even now, just about.
Yeah, he can now, but I just don't think he wants to now. I think he's like Craig walks around about 84, 86, I think.
And usually with a pint of beer in his hand as well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's yeah, he's not interested in losing weight anymore, I don't think, any more cutting. But then you had so yeah, we had Jason Hill, the hooligan, in there.
That shithouse Jason, yeah.
Yeah, he the only person he lost to on the right arm was Craig.
I think didn't he lose to him twice?
Yeah.
Didn't it work out like that? That's why he was sort of knocked out early almost.
Yeah. And I don't know how that works, in all honesty. This might start a few comments, but it's just my theory. Like, if you get kicked, if like Jason and Craig first round,
yeah,
Jason stops Craig at the base of the pad for a few seconds outside the straps, then Craig wins eventually after a few seconds, and then Jason has a couple more pulls, like one more match or two more matches maybe, and then he comes against Craig again.
Yeah,
but I don't think he should be coming against Craig again, especially if he's facing him in the first round until like the semi-final. Like, in theory, like the score bracket shouldn't work like that. But the thing is, Dan's using the Dan Earthquake, the president. He's using the automatic scoring system.
Yeah,
and computer. So it must have worked out like that. But I've just never. I've never heard of that happen. Well, logically, and what I can remember, I don't think I've ever been in that position before.
No, I think it's one of those things that can happen with like a bit of a perfect storm. Yeah, quite unfortunate, as you say, because yeah, it would be the whole idea of having like sort of two. The idea of two is that you're not just out on like a bit of a fluke almost, or you get that second opportunity to come back from that B side. But yeah, if he was, I'm sure he's gutted about it, and it's frustrating. And but like I say, it's really good class, wasn't it? Class of savages.
I mean, it's a stacked class, wasn't it? Harry Leal ended up winning it. Ended up beating Craig Sanders in the final.
Yeah, really dominant. Actually, I was a little bit surprised by how easy Harry made that. Not that Harry could win it. I know he definitely can. But he did it quite. I think he caught really well and curled it back in, and then it was done pretty much.
Yeah, and again, it's an advantage. Like, Harry knows Craig. He's trained with Craig quite a bit, and that's enough to figure him out. He knows where the bites are and all that. The strength, Harry's probably a bit stronger than Craig anyway, I'd say. Bit bigger framed and all that. Craig's a very tricky puller, but if you know how to stop Craig, it can go in your favour. Sort of thinking Harry, he nailed it, didn't he?
Yeah, got that stop on.
Nailed it in the straps. To set his pronator up high. Didn't let Craig access where he wanted to. And yeah, just made not light work of it, but as soon as he stopped him, he knew he won. Before he won, do you know what I mean?
It's a shame he had to shoot off, I think, fairly soon after winning as well. So I didn't get a chance to chat with him much.
Harry did.
Yeah, Harry and his family were there. Tim obviously was competing as well in that category. His dad. Yeah, I think he had his whole family there. I think he had a mum and sister as well, which is nice. So that's probably why they had to shoot off. But I think Harry's also moved closer to London now. Is that? I think it's right. He's got a job over this way, so he might be over to Slough at some point for some training, maybe.
Yeah, we was chatting to him a couple of months ago about that.
I haven't heard recently how he's gotten on with that. That's all.
Yeah, he's not contacted me back yet. He said to us, me and Jason, a couple of months ago that he's going to be moving into London, and that for a while, and like wondering if we're closest to him. I think he's well, it'll probably take him about an hour to get here on the train, but it's pretty much a direct train.
Yeah.
Now with the Elizabeth line, now it's on the DLR, I think, goes right into London. So it's just one train here, nice and easy for him. It'll be good if he comes down. Good to actually get a proper training session with him, because Jason's trained with him a few times up in Swindon.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be going to Swindon. Not this weekend coming up,
Oh yeah,
but most probably next weekend.
nice.
So yeah, so about just under 2 weeks from now, I'll be going up to Swindon.
As in the Sunday for a session sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, on the
Nice, yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah,
So
they
that'd
get
be
mega
good.
mega turnout there now. I was chatting with Alan Mill, the referee, obviously at the day, Alan, club captain over there. They got really good sort of range of like brand new novices as well, established strong guys. Big Loz comes down there. Really cool. It's become a bit of a mecca there. Guys from Devon come up sometimes. Bristol guys come over. It's cool. It's what we need to see more of. I think I really like putting on those sessions where I can in Oxford as well to get guys from the areas. Swindon does it really well.
Yeah, definitely. Swindon's always busy as well, isn't it?
Yeah, mega.
Every time Midnarg's post a video or they send a group picture at the end, it's always a stacked turnout.
I think Popescu's over that way, isn't he? Cheltenham or something. Yeah. When he's around, I think
Yeah,
you
I
see
think
him
you can
often
tell
down here.
them, innit?
Yeah, not too far.
Yeah. Good to get on the side table with him again, just to get a bit of trading in, see what happens.
You know who I didn't see in the 86s? He said they were going to be there a little while ago. From Swindon, Scott Barrett.
Oh yeah, he didn't go 86, did
Yeah,
he?
yeah, yeah.
95. I think there was a few people that were saying about 86, weren't there? But they actually didn't in the end. A couple of people fell short the weight. Kieran Morrison fell a little bit short of the weight, I think.
Saw
Dan
that mustache.
Constantine,
It was
yeah, the Freddie Mercury.
that heavy mustache is tipped him over the scales.
Like a cross between Freddie Mercury and Bon Jovi. Who else was wrong with the Tash as well? AJ.
AJ, yeah.
Yeah,
Harry
who
Potter
else
knows what
missed the
Mario.
class? Dan Constantine. He missed the 86. I think he's like 2 kilos over.
Oh, that's rough, isn't it?
I mean, if you're trying to make a weight, like if you're 2 kilos over, it's I think you can sort of gauge it like approaching the days. Like if you're going to be on weight or not. If you're not going to be on weight, if you know within a couple of days,
Yeah.
you may as well pile the weight on again. You know what I mean? Rather than being one of the lightest in the class that you're going to be in. So yeah, 95 class. You had Dan Constantine, Scott Barrett 95s.
He was, yeah.
95.
Yeah. He came down. I think he's usually around about 100 or high 80s. High 90s. So yeah, a couple of kilos down, which is good. I think I was chatting with him afterwards. He was he feels a lot better at the slightly lighter body weight as well.
Yeah.
It's nice to walk around with a bit more oomph in the slep.
Yeah.
So, well, Dan Hanlon, super impressive. As always, pretty much. Whenever I see Dan, he's always absolute fire, pretty much. And yeah, did it again this weekend.
He's
really impressive stuff.
Thing with that is, I mean, it's hard to compete and be a referee at the same time. Anyway, do you know what I mean? And yeah, I said this is a 92 kilo Dan Hanlon, I think, from what I heard. It's big Dan, and yeah, he done really well. Give James Wall a lot of shit on the left arm.
Absolutely, yeah. If you could do it to James Wall.
One that impressed me a lot was Greg Foster.
Oh yeah, super impressive. Yeah,
yeah. Greg Foster, new British champion, left arm, 95 kilo.
He's pleased with that.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, James Wall favours his right, but his left is still.
Oh, he's still lethal. Yeah,
it's still pretty good. Do you know what I mean?
Like, yeah, some of the hits he was doing were just super.
Yeah, and yeah, Greg with the speed of like James Wall as well. Greg just stopped him like dead.
Yep, curled him in.
As soon as he stopped him, he looked pretty confident in winning after that. He didn't put him easy. Obviously, it weren't like a complete like blowover, but it was enough. It was enough to know that he could do it.
When I saw when I saw AJ and Billy went over to say hello, sort of thing, they quite quickly said, "You want to see Greg? He is absolutely mega at the minute." And I've heard that, you hear guys come before, "Oh, my training partner's feeling really strong," and you think, "Okay, cool. That's I'm pleased you've had a very confident build up and prep for this contest and stuff." But yeah, how much, Yeah. And Greg arrived quite close to the start of the event with Daffyd and Big Dwayne in the RV, and then absolutely put it on the table. incredible to be able to do that, James Wall.
So yeah, James. I'm guessing James was weighing about around the same weight.
Mm-hmm.
I think he weighed in a few days before and at 90, I think, but he might have bulked. He might have bulked from there. Not sure. Not too sure. Yeah, right arm as well though. James Wall looking solid. No one really getting. No one getting anything on him on the right arm.
Yeah,
95s. Not from what I saw anyway. At the minute he's untested. Then we've got the 105s.
I'd be good to catch up with the chat a little bit, mate. I think it's the guys are quite chatty now for you.
Overloading.
I'll have a little look at what guys are in the 105s here.
Marcus said, I believe the winner of the right 86 kilo got a super match on Arm Gods 3rd of March. I think that's the left hand, Marcus. I think the final was Jason Hill and Sean Patterson. It's the winner of the left hand that's got a title match with Darrell second.
Yeah.
And I think he might be watching now, Darrell. How would you see that match going, Tim? Sean Patterson, Darrell.
I'll have to have a bit more looking into Darrell. I only saw his match with Jason. That's my first time sort of knowing about the guy. So probably depend on the next couple of months of training.
Yeah.
Now they know who they got.
I'm the same. I ain't seen too much of Darrell. I've seen the match with Jason. The one thing I know about him is he can adjust.
Yeah.
When needed. He can hook, he can top roll, he can post. He can do everything. He's got all the tools that you'd need to beat someone like Sean. I'd give Sean the strength edge.
Yeah, okay.
100%. I'd give Sean the edge on strength. And Darrell, I'll give him the edge on technical ability on the table. But I don't know where his hand strength is, where his arm strength is, or anything like that. So it's hard to compare. It's really hard to compare. But it's an interesting match. I'm pretty sure that is the left arm that's going to happen.
Yeah, now you said that. I remember that being called out at the end of their match. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really interesting. So, what about the 105s? We had a few people entering in there, like Birdman. But
yeah,
no,
Otto.
He was 95s, weren't he? He was 95s, Birdman.
No, he was 105s in the end.
He was 105s.
Yeah, maybe he missed a weight or something. I didn't chat much with him, but yeah, he was 105s. I think he got a couple of pins, so just outside that sort of top spacing. I think he got 6th on the right arm.
Yeah.
Just behind Jim Beach. So yeah, pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's it.
But I think Sergey got double gold, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sergey was looking really,
incredible.
really in good shape. Really good shape. Do you know what? I see Sergey on the side table. He was warming up with Babiev.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Then I don't know if anyone's seen that big old scar on his bicep and his forearm there. It's a massive line on his right bicep.
Oh, okay.
His line there go right down, like chunky as well, and then a little bit on his forearm. I said to him, "Oh yeah, fucking hell, that's a nice little battle wound, isn't it?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that was fucking you." I was like, "Hey, yeah, all right." He's like, "No, that was you." I was like, "When? Like, can you accuse me of that?" He said, "No, remember he said the Super 12 competition years ago. I think it was like 2019. I think me and him ended up putting best of 3 in this Super 12 class, and I thought he's so fucking strong. I'm just hitting." Sort of thing, but I think he just ended up in a bit of a bad position. I remember him getting injured.
Oh wow!
But I didn't realise it was to that extent.
He needed surgery.
Yeah, needed surgery. I didn't even realise that, to be honest. But I mean, now it looks like he's made a good recovery, and he beat Lee Webber in the final of the right arm. It was the final, wasn't it? He beat Lee Webber.
Yeah, Lee got second on right arm. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, Lee's just. Lee's a beast. Lee Webber's an animal, but he's still coming back as well.
absolutely. Yeah, it's less than a year
Lee
back, I
needs
think.
another. I think
Yeah.
Lee needs another year. Not needs another year, but I think give Lee another year, then there's a lot of people in trouble in a lot of weights.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be many people that are going to be able to deal with him. I don't think. Then you got James Beach as well. James Beach, guy, left arm final.
Yeah. James, obviously not done much table time at all, or any. I don't think any. Just been resting up, and is still not quite 100%. I think from chatting with him beforehand, before today. I say today, before the nationals. So yeah, was not expecting great things from himself, but yeah, very technical, very good.
Yeah,
good dude. And again, helping out reffing on the day. Yeah. Pulls out the bag to.
People don't realise how hard it is to referee and compete at the same time. Even though they think, it's only refereeing, but you're on your feet, you're fully focused. It's stress just trying to get the guys to set up and all that. You're taking full control, like it's full on focus, full control, full mind focused on it.
Yeah.
It's draining, especially if you're doing it for a little while. Then you're competing. Like it's to get the result that he did, fair play to him. Done really well. I think he might have been able to do a little bit better if he wasn't refereeing and so rested up. The one thing is, I would have liked to have said, I would have liked to have seen the finals done at the end of the left arms. So they've done all the left arm classes, save the finals.
Okay.
I would have liked to have seen the finals taking place
for the lefts
at the end of the left arm class. Not like straight after the class is done.
Yeah.
When they've done all the left arm qualifiers, do all the left arm finals, and then move on to the right arm. And then do all the right arm qualifiers, then all the right arm finals.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, it was all the left arm finals that were saved to the end of the day.
Yeah.
Or to the end of the evening. Which, again, some people don't mind it. I think it's a little bit too long to be putting a lot of stress on your arm, and then too much time for it to go cold, and then trying to warm it up again. It's probably not an ideal situation. Ideally, you want to be. I ideally wouldn't want to take more than an hour and a half, like 2 hours maximum. I wouldn't want to be taking off like between the semi-final and final, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line, isn't there? I think, but it's probably the same for both the guys. And I guess it's just at this point in time, it's just a reality of competing. Is it's like kind of traveling for a match as well, and traveling abroad for yourself. Hitting like jet lag and sleeping arrangements and dietary requirements and stuff. It's all got to be kind of managed by a professional athlete, isn't it? And it's, I guess, letting your arm go cold and stuff. There's stuff you can do to help negate that on the day. Bands, proper warm-ups and stuff, proper hydration and nutrition before your matches, and on the day itself, bringing your own food with you. All these things can be done, but with so many guys pulling, and it's a good problem to have, isn't it? Of having a lot of pullers at the nationals. But yeah, I know it's such a tough job for Holly and Dan doing all that. It can cause a bit of a bottleneck, I think, can't it? And there can be little errors that creep in, but
no, I mean,
it's one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, like considering the amount of people that entered and
the
amount of battles there were and the amount of time it was done in was really good, in my opinion. Ran really smoothly. Two tables running from about 12:30 until 10 o'clock.
Yeah, about that.
Constant.
Mm-hmm.
That's how many competitors there were. So even we say about the referees and that, even for the scorers, all day doing the scoring.
It's a bit easier actually, not having so much. I say usually we got that kind of donk music and stuff playing in the background. It was actually I found it much more enjoyable without that. Actually, I think we can not having that at the nationals would be my preference. I could hear what's being said a lot easier. Communication between the refs is a lot easier. You can hear your name getting called out. On the live stream, it's less technical issues for guys listening in on the chat. I think Yeah, big fan of that. I
Easy
think
to
there's
follow,
enough
easy to
atmosphere
watch,
on the
easy
day.
to follow. For
Yeah,
people that are watching online, yeah.
yeah. There's plenty of
Definitely.
atmosphere on the day in there, and yeah, I found it much easier myself.
Yeah, I mean, especially for the qualifying stages and that. They might in the future they might do something for the finals and that when it gets a bit bigger, but like I said, it's not really needed, is it? It's
Well, there's always improvements that can be made, and I'm sure Dan is looking out for ways he can do that. I know he's always tinkering with his spreadsheets and algorithms to work out. And the Warzone, that Warzone format works really well for the regionals and stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, if anyone in the chat can offer up more help, there's always a call for guys like down refs on the day as well and things like that. It saves the competitors having to compete if there's people that have a bit of experience with some refing. So that's why I like doing it as well when I can.
yeah.
Helping out with the scores.
I mean, I said to him when I weighed in the night before, I was having a quick chat with Dan, and yeah, I did offer. I said to him, look, if you have short on any referees and that, because he said about how you get like 20 people promised to referee, and then five of them turn up.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, yeah. I've said to him already as well, like if you ever get cut short or anything like that, like obviously I'm wrestling, but I'll fill in for any weight classes that I can, like refereeing. No, no problem. No problem at all. The show must go on, sort of thing. And especially as well, if you've got someone that's competing and reffing the whole day, so it's not fair on them. All they get, the best thing they're getting out of it is free entry and a bit of money for it, because Dan pays all these referees as well.
That's right. Yeah, yeah.
Which is good. But if you're competing and being a referee, it's not ideal.
Yeah, that's right. And I think something you can get used to doing. I'm sure Jim Beach and Dan Hanlon don't particularly find it too arduous. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. But yeah, it's definitely something you can get used to doing a bit more. I think definitely a definite skill, and it's really appreciated for the small sport.
I mean, I said as well, like this is it's getting bigger and bigger every year. Like if we're kind of lucky that the winners of the novice championships didn't turn up.
Yeah, it could have been too many, couldn't it? Chucking another 30, 40 guys on top of that.
I mean, God, how long would that have gone on for? That probably would have gone until like midnight. You know what I mean? Which is why, especially by next year, I would like for it to be over 2 days. Now it's a bit iffy because of if it's over 2 days, some people are gonna have to stay there for 2 nights.
What would you do? Left on one day and right on the other? Is that what your thought would be?
Yeah, well, yeah, this is the thing. Like, I heard a few suggestions. So from now on, I would like to just weigh in the night before, sort of thing. And if it's in Birmingham and that as well, especially if I'm driving anyway, I could drive there and drive back the same day. And but then if the competition's over 2 days, I'll probably just book that hotel for after the first day of competition instead. So I'll wake up there ready for the second day, and it'd be a lot easier.
Not too hungover though on the second day.
Sorry,
not too hungover on the second day then.
No,
it's the temptation, isn't it? You do a day's worth of pulling, you thought, I'll just have a beer to relax.
Yeah, just one.
Just one.
The problem is I can't count.
You make a great referee then.
Especially after like 20 double vodkas. It's
run out of fingers to count them on, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. I see like triple the amount of fingers. I don't know what's real anymore. Oh shit, there it is. Yeah. Someone else suggested that you're doing, I think it was Greg actually that said about this, Greg Foster. Basically from 65, 75, 86 on the Saturday, right and left arm.
Yep.
Then 95, 105, 105 plus the next day, right and left arm. Because the issue for a lot of people is staying over for 2 nights. One not even staying overnight. A lot of people will just travel there and travel straight back home.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Especially working or got other commitments. Yeah.
Yeah, but then again, it's show commitment at the same time as well. Now, how much do you want to be involved in it? Like, are you willing to spend that money on a hotel and that's serious? So you're giving yourself the best possible chance without having to travel on the day.
Yeah. I guess if you're going to like an IFAs or a Worlds or something, you're going to be traveling and going abroad and doing accommodation for it, it could be treated in the same way that here, couldn't it? I guess, yeah, could do.
There's no reason why not. If people want to win the worlds and Europeans and that bad enough in internationals and things like that, why not nationals? Why are the nationals any different?
I guess part of it as well is that you've got this room full of guys that you are in your sport at that kind of top level, and everyone's just there on that one day. I guess if you split the guys up a little bit into different categories, you might get people turning up on just the day that they're competing. A bit like why if you do the finals directly after, like if you're just a left-hand puller, you turn up, I'm just going to go now halfway through the day because I've done my thing. I don't want to stick around.
Yeah.
And by putting them at the end, it forces you to sort of hang on almost, for that. But
yeah, that's it. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. I think there's or if there's so many ways of doing it, making it more manageable.
It's definitely going to be necessary. Yeah, it's at some point we're going to get too many pullers, probably, aren't we? To be able to do it. To be an amazing thing.
Qualifier. You're probably going to have to do like a regional qualifier or an area qualifier to just go to nationals if the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger, which is going to do eventually. And you probably have like a top 16 qualified in one class. Because soon it's going to get to like 30, 40 people, 50 people in the class eventually, isn't it?
I hope so. Yeah.
And how long's that weight class going to last?
Yeah, I think the organisation gets bigger at the same time, doesn't it? But
it's soon as there's not going to be a choice but to either have like an area qualifier, so you've got to qualify to actually enter the nationals, or it's doing it over a couple of days. Whichever way it is, though, I'm sure everyone will be willing to help somehow, one way or another, to make it work and make it easier for everyone, make everyone's life easier. I'll be willing to do it. I'll be willing to referees score on a day, do weigh-ins, anything really.
I wonder if you could. I don't know exactly how it works right now for Dan, but if maybe for the novices you can sort of turn up a bit late notice, as long as you're a known quantity and can arm wrestle safely, you can compete. But the pros, you have to put in your intentions to pull, say 2 months in advance, whatever. Now you can pull out if you get an injury or something, but you have to let them know so they know accurately, right, this is exactly how many pullers we've got. We're not getting anyone rocking up on the day that we don't know about. And that way it could be really, you could almost plug it all into the databases in advance and, have 3 tables running or 4 tables running potentially. Obviously there's a lot more to go wrong because you're getting through that much volume, but there's definitely ways around it, I think. Do it one day still.
Yeah, with that, what you said as well, that can prevent a couple more things as well. It can prevent, say like if it's a novice, and that it'll prevent like past pros entering novice class. It don't happen much, but if people are pre-booking their place, say, it's going to be a lot easier. You're going to have a lot more time, it's going to be a lot easier to track people on their achievements and that if you're not familiar with them. And also, I think another thing is if this hasn't been a problem as well, from what I know, if people have been residents of the UK and Ireland and that for 5 years, or if their intentions are to enter ours and then go and enter their own nationals. So I think because technically a nationals is to qualify for, it's a qualifier for European and World Championships.
Yeah,
basically what it is. PAA is a little bit different now. With when BAF was about, with when it was qualifying for Europeans and Worlds, it's two competitors in each weight class from each nation is all that's allowed. IFA is unlimited, I think. You can have like 6 or 8 people.
Still is, yeah.
Yeah, we can have like 6 or 8 people from the UK in the 86 kilo class. Do you know what I mean? So that's a little bit of leeway on that one. But I think that there's definitely things that can be done. I think there's things that will need to be done in the future. But right now, it's being managed, and it's just improving better and better every year, isn't it?
Yeah, it was cracking. It was a cracking day. Like I say, as a fan of the sport and as an observer and helping out, yeah, really good.
And there wasn't one, from what I see, there wasn't one person that got called up to the table and said, "Oh no, actually, it's not you. No, that's a mistake." There weren't no mistakes like that.
I saw one or two, but it was really minor, and it was dealt with quite quickly. Yeah, very few actual like proper full on gaffes where someone's like knocked out by the wrong person or an extra match, or I didn't see any of that going on. No.
No, that's what I mean. It's really well run, considering the pressure as well. Like how many people there were, the time limit. I mean, it went on a little bit late, but it wasn't. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't a serious problem. It wasn't even a problem really. Again, it just goes to show that who's happy to stay and stick it out to the end. And that is, yeah. So let's. Should we get on to the supers now?
Yes, mate. Because I'm going to need to shoot off in a couple of minutes, but I've got a few more minutes to chat.
Yeah, we won't stay on it too much longer. We'll. Right. So, it was in there. Left arm. I was pretty much shitting myself. I knew who was going into class, but it's one thing like saying that over the camera, like, yeah, I'm going to go there, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Then when you actually get there in the room with them, and then they call you up on the stage, and you're looking like that down the line, you're just like, oh shit.
There were some very big lads in that class. Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean Declan Dillon.
Yeah. Have you pulled much with him before?
Never pulled him before. Most of these guys I've never pulled before. One of the only guys I've pulled, I pulled Mindigus before, pulled him last year. Stuart Acton, AJ. I think I pulled AJ before. I'm not sure. No, I don't think I have. I think just Mindigus and Stuart Acton. But even that Stuart Acton was on the right arm. And so was AJ. The only one I pulled on the left arm before is Mindigus.
What about Hightower? Because he's been around a bit longer, isn't he?
Yeah, never pulled Hightower.
Really not? Oh, okay.
No, so a lot of it was like nerves kicked in. As soon as I see them all on the stage, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. And again, I see Hightower last year or 2 years ago have a battle with Stoica Bogdan.
Yeah.
Declan Dillon had a war with Popescu not too long ago. James Stewart, he just won the Arm God's belt. He just beat Porkchop. Like, I didn't expect that from him. And he just went like no one did, and he just proved the whole world wrong. Really, he's an absolute animal. But he was my first opponent, and my game plan was to be the only thing I could do. I couldn't match these guys for strength. You know what I mean? I can't. I wasn't the strongest guy in there. I can't match him for strength. I had to try and be smart. So being unpredictable was the best thing. So literally all I was doing. I was setting up loose with them all.
So they can't feel where you're going with it, yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is like these heavyweight guys, like especially how strong they are, they want something to load off. They want something to grab onto.
Yeah.
So I mean, like before you lift up a weight, before you do deadlift and that, you want to lock and load it, don't you? And then lift.
That's right, yeah.
Like I weren't giving them nothing to lock and load onto, so they couldn't fight this. So that way, the way I was doing it, I was sort of hoping and relying on the fact that they wouldn't be able to have that fast twitch. Do you know what I mean? Compared to me. James Stewart, I was pretty lucky with him that he didn't. There's a couple of things he could have done. All these guys could have beat me on the day, 100%. They all could have wiped me. But
Hightower looked like he was close on the left.
Sorry, mate.
Hightower looked like he was close to on the left. Like he got in that hook wall with you. He was the only person I could see. I saw like stop you in that position.
Yeah, I mean with Hightower, I mean we was on the setups, weren't we? And I'd done a couple of jump starts. I'd done a jump start and that I got on a foul in the referee's grip. And I was trying my hardest to just drill him off the go. Do you know what I mean? But then as soon as I got the one foul, I was like, oh shit, all right, slow down. Oh, I don't want to lose on fouls. So I essentially wanted to go inside as well. So I was like, right, fuck it. We just locked in. I tried driving down like after we locked. And yeah, didn't get him down. He's it's hard. Like people talk about hooking people with a short arm, but hooking someone with a long arm is hard. It's really, really hard because they've got so much reach as well.
He's got such a long arm, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's long arm means the longer the arm, chances are the taller they are, which means the more body weight they can have applying down.
Yeah.
On top of it, with that extra reach, like scooping around. Yeah, people with long arms are horrible to hook. But I sort of knew after like 20 seconds in that I knew it was mine. It's just a matter of being patient, waiting. I knew he was attacking, and it's just a waiting game. Then I felt it burning a little bit, and I actually said to him, like, people see me talking to him, and like during the match, and all I was saying was like, just save your energy. Look, I'm not moving anywhere. Just save your energy. Like, save it for the final. Like, keep yourself fresh for the final. Basically, not to be cocky. Literally, just to be like, yeah, you're strong, but like, just give up now because I've actually got this. Like, seriously, I've got this. So, yeah, again, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm actually trying to help him. So I think, look, we'll pull again. Like, get through to the final, then we'll pull again. But he beat Mindigus earlier on in the competition, and then
pretty sure he top rolled him out of his hook, didn't he, as well?
Yeah,
from deep inside, just
I think they had a bit of a ward, and it slipped with straps.
Yeah,
and then then Hightower got him. Then we had the match. I had Declan Dillon as well. Again, same thing with him. I set up really loose. He's a powerlifter, so he's a junior strongman champion, powerlifting champion. Last thing I want to do is give him something to load off. So I set up loose with him again. He had no idea where it was coming from. I just got the quick hit, got onto his hand, and with Hightower as well. Though we had the battle. Then it was him and Mindigus for a place in the final, and this time Mindigus beat him.
Okay.
Yeah, Mindigus beat him to get into the final with me on the left arm. There's been a little bit of shit online lately about that. Not a little bit of shit, but I think there's a little bit of tension with him now because Hightower posted the video, or Hightower's mate posted the video of Hightower beating him. Then Mindigus was like, why are people only saying half the story? Then he posted a video of him beating Hightower. Then Hightower was like, yeah, but it's because I had a war with Tom Holland. That's why he beat me. So there might be something going on there with them two, like before long.
Okay. Well, this is the thing about pulling in tournaments, isn't it? If you get into a war with someone, you then suffer later because of it.
Yeah,
it doesn't necessarily mean that you're better than that person. It just means you placed higher on the day. So
exactly.
But beef is good for a match for later, isn't it? Maybe there's a super match on the cards.
Exactly. And the right arm as well. Someone actually got a pin on me. Well, he got awarded the win on me. Adam Caxer.
That's right. Yeah. And he screamed down. He threw down the gauntlet, didn't he? Afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, he surprised me, to be honest. He's been training with Babiev lately quite a lot, and just on setup, I could feel it as well. He's gained a lot of strength.
Yeah, he's not shit, is he?
Yeah, but his hand used to be the way to go.
Right.
Like,
okay.
He used to have to take his hand and that. Stay away from the hook. Take his hand. That'd be it. But his wrist didn't move, and I tried top rolling him quick. I tried to give him like a snappy hit to the top of the hand, and his hand just didn't go. I was like, right, fuck that. Slipped out, but yeah, they awarded the win. Then I was like, right, I had to go against him again to get into the final. I was like, right, fuck it, let's go straps and go inside this time. If your hand's that strong, I'm not going near your hand. I'm just going to your arm.
Yeah.
And end up getting the win there. Beat Mindigus. Me and Mindigus had a war left arm final. It was about 1 minute 30 seconds. And unfortunately, the annoying thing is I entered the super heavyweights purely for Dolskis' right arm.
Yes, that's right.
Purely for Dolskis' right. If he didn't enter, I would have pulled out and done another class. Like, it's like he actually said to Dan Earthquake, sorry, like, I'll decide to wait on the day, so I'll be where I'm going.
Yeah.
Time is closing in and that, and then Mindigus coming last minute. He's like, yeah, I'm entering, fuck it. I was like, all right, cool, keep me in the supers. I think he didn't even get to pull him on the right arm. Gutted. Absolutely gutted. I thought if I was going to get him, that it would have been yesterday. It would have been the day. When we pulled on the left arm, we had a 1 minute 30-second long match, and they started saying about he had a headache, and I didn't know if he popped a vein in his head or something like that. But he decided that it wasn't a good idea to pulled the right arm after that. He went up to get some rest and whatever, to get his head down in the dark room. Yeah. Anyway, I do hope that you are recovering now, Minder, and you're all better, mate. But I'm gutted. I'm gutted, mate, because I really wanted your right arm really bad. But it'll happen. It'll happen one day.
It'll definitely happen. Like I say, I can definitely see Arm Gods putting that one on in the future in like a regionals or something. If we do a grip fest at some point and the dates work out, love to have a super match there. We can pop that out there. That'd be awesome. So it doesn't have to be at nationals only, does it? As you say, just want to see where you're at with it.
Yeah, exactly. This is the thing. Like, I would have been happy just pulling him once in the tournament.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously a super match would be great, but that'd be down to Minder. That'd be down to Minder if he wanted it. But like I said, I'm not looking to. Like, I didn't go into super heavyweight to try and show off or anything, or get like. Do you know what I mean? I'm going in to test myself. I just want to see what I could do because I knew what the level of guys were in there, and I've always said no one's unbeatable. Like, there's always a way to beat someone. If you were within a slight range, because I weren't the strongest guy in there, but I end up winning it just because I've done the right things on the right days, at the right times. But it just goes to show I beat everyone on the right arm, but Adam Caxer, he caught me off guard. I'd done the wrong thing with him, and he caught me, and I had to change it up and then come back and beat him.
It's cool to see you get fired up after that as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. After that,
first time all day I'd seen you fired up.
Yeah. And then as soon as I got off the table, as soon as I lost, I was like, right, fuck this. And I said to everyone, I was right, I've been too relaxed today.
Switched on.
And then they're saying like, oh yeah, you got him next. I'm like, right, I don't give a fuck. They're like, oh, he's a bit injured. I'm like, I don't care. I'm fucking running through him. I don't care who it is. They're like, different mindset after that. So that's why I would have loved to have gone against Mindigus when I was in that mindset.
Yeah.
I was hungry for it then. I was really, really on it. So, but no, overall though, it was a really good day. Me and Mindigus will get it on at some point, whether it's in tournament, I'd split my tongue, whether it's in tournament or in a super match. Yeah, who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Right, mate, I've got to shoot off now, I'm afraid.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a day now, guys. Because I'm feeling ill myself.
Okay.
But, yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate it. I hope you all enjoyed the nationals. If you haven't watched it yet, just go on YouTube, Arm God Show, and you'll be able to see the full video of nationals there.
All 9 hours of it.
Sorry, mate.
All 9 hours of it. It's quite a long day. Obviously, we haven't touched on it, but there's some fantastic Masters matches in there. Getting to see Gary Wickett was awesome. He had some absolute battles. I think one of my favourite of the day was Gary Wickett's. And who was it he pulled against?
Mark Warden.
It was really early on the day.
Oh,
in the Masters category. Damn.
I
think it was left arm then because it was early on in the day.
Masters.
I'll find it. We'll talk about another time, and obviously the ladies as well. It's great to watch seeing Aggie again, and now we're Eva coming in as a novice level, getting her pro card as well. Fairy Tale Day.
Yeah, and she knows. We're gonna get off it. We'll get off it now. Even Ava knows now where the level's at.
Exactly. She'll come back stronger. Yeah.
Yeah. And now she's gonna come. She's gonna come for it surely. But thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you haven't seen it yet, get over there and check it out. Subscribe to Arm Gods. Subscribe to here. Give us a like quickly if you don't mind. And Tim, cheers for jumping on, mate.
Thanks, mate. Pleasure as always. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much.
Catch you soon.
See you all.